Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to another market close. Today, Friday. I like Fridays. It means it's a week, it's the gateway to the weekend. And oh boy, the market, we got a little bit of a rebound happening today. So after the last couple of days, it sure is nice to see a little bit of green. And we're talking, we're talking some serious green in some areas. Everything is pretty much up today, so that's a good way to move into the weekend for sure. All right, let's jump into the TSX right away. As you can see right now, we're currently up 1.11%. Not too shabby. Um, we had look at this candle here, right here. We started the day with a really big candle. We did retrace a little bit though, but we have since recovered. We are currently on a red candle, but not too shabby. And we are well above the blue line, so we are still having a green February. It is good to see things back up. Now, part of this, of course, is materials. Materials is back up again today. So we got a recovery going with gold, silver, copper, all of that. And we're going to see that here in just a moment. And this is kind of a nice thing. It's not just us. It's also the United States. So here's the S&P 500. Look at this. They got above the blue line. So they have moved back into positive territory for the month with well, they've had a pretty good day, So let's see if they can carry this into next week. That's what I'm going to say. Let's see if they can carry it into next week. They are currently up 1.82%. The NASDAQ also having a good day. Now, they're still well deep under the blue line, though. They are up 1.89 on the day, and it is good to see some tech moving up because I'll tell you, when we were looking yesterday at some of those earnings, some of the after-hour stuff made it look like we might have been getting another red day today. So I am so glad that that did not turn out to go that way. So we do have a little bit of movement. We need a lot more if we want to get the NASDAQ back into positive territory before the end of the month, but there's a lot of month left. So the Dow Jones Industrial, fantastic day. Looks very much similar to the S&P 500. Nice giant pump to start it off, and then a nice gentle curve after that up into the positive zone, well above the blue line. I'm liking it. So up 2.32%. And the big gain on the day, the Russell up 3.76%. Back above the blue line after this little flirt they had with the dark side, but they're doing well coming up now. I mentioned, let me just pull up the trio here. We'll pull up this trio. Materials. Materials had a fantastic day. Look at this. Gold up 3.48%. Silver up 8.23%. Copper up 1.61%. Platinum up 5.23%. And oil's up as well. Not a lot though. Oil's up 0.62. They were doing a lot better, but they have been retracing this afternoon. You can see we've got a couple. Well, we're now on our third red candle in a row, so the third hour. But first half of the day, very, very strong and strong enough to hold us still above the positive, the positive line. All right, Bitcoin. Oh, look at this. We got out. You guys know I said under this line, and I'm thinking about crypto winter. But I will point out we didn't. We recovered. We got out from that zone. So let's hope we can stay out. Let's hope we can stay out. But we had a big recovery today on Bitcoin. Like I said, up 12.48% currently. I'm liking it. I'm liking it for sure. Ethereum, similar, up 13.44%. So a really good day for crypto. And of course, the MTSE diorama, obviously, MTSE is up pretty much today as well. Let me just pull up MSTE. Where are you? Here you are. Oh no, I saw you a second ago. There you are. MSTE. Look at this, guys. It's up 30.71%. So, yeah, I got in on a swing trade on, well, not a swing trade. I did invest some for the challenge. I invested 10. It's up. It's definitely up. I mean, I think This is a nice recovery. We'll see if Bitcoin can stay up, though. We'll see what MSTE can do. Um, I'm sure Gary Gill probably had a very happy breakfast this morning. So what can I say? What can I say? All right, let's head over to the heat maps. And here we got, oh, excuse me, we got Canada. We have Canada. We got a little bit of red, but not a lot. For the most part, everything is doing pretty good. The banks all looking pretty strong. I mean, look at TD up 1.13. CIBC is up a full 1.62. Manulife Financial, look at them, up 1.28%. So not too shabby. Our minerals all looking good. Barrick Gold is up. Cameco is up. Yeah, tech is up. So not too shabby. And our energy, our oil companies all up. Look at the CNQ up almost 2%, 1.98. Pipelines, not so much. A little bit down on the side. So Enbridge down 1%. Where is Pembina in here? Well, Pembina pipeline, yeah, they're up 0.24. So a little bit of red in the pipeline in the industrial. Still bit of red in technology. Technology has certainly been suffering, at least the Canadian. So CSU down again today, another 4.14%. I don't want to see CSU down anymore. And utilities also taking a hit today. So I haven't looked at Utes, but if you're holding Utes, I'm pretty sure you're going to be down a little bit on the day because we do have overall utilities not looking the best. Actually, here, let me try. Oh, gosh. There we go. Look at this. Fortis down 1.87. Hydro 1.93. Canadian Utilities 1.58. Let's see here. NPI, ACO. Oh, here it is. Algonquin down 1.34. So, yeah, not a great day for utilities. Not a great day. All right. There we go. I think I don't know where I am now, but I'll get the heat map back later. Let's head to the United States. And yeah, we're seeing things are looking a little bit better. Most of technology doing pretty darn good. NVIDIA had an absolutely firecracker of a day. So look at them, up 7.92%. Apple's still up. Microsoft, a little bit of recovery there, 1.46. Still down quite a bit, though. So Microsoft, you got a lot of room to go. Broadcom back up by 7%. Tesla, not having a pretty good day, up 4.25%. Google, not so much. Google's down 2.68% today. Meta is down 1.62, and Amazon 6.61. So kind of split. Half of the Magnificent Seven are magnificent. The other half, not so much. So let's head over here to crypto. And boy, we got a lot of green. Bitcoin, Ethereum. Look at XRP bouncing back 23.07%. Solana, Dogecoin. It's all looking pretty good. Now, guys, there are like about 15,000 cryptos out there, probably a lot more by now, guys. But especially with AI now making them. But it's tradition around here. I like to let's grab this little red one down here. What do we got? I got no idea. I do know one thing. I know that my head is going to be right in the way. Let it move me to the middle. Here we go. All right, so we got symbiosis. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Obviously, it's supposed to help you while you help them or something. That's what symbiosis is all about. But I have a feeling that this symbiosis doesn't go 50% both ways. I have a feeling it's your money going into this coin and never seeing that money again. This is a coin. Guys, I would not touch it with a 10-foot pole. It may be worth, 1.3 cents. It may be worth that, but yeah, does it really have any value? I would say not. These are coins that are dangerous. And that's one of the reasons I point this out. I just want you guys to know that, when you're playing with some of the altcoins, you can get yourselves into a lot of trouble. You can get you can get wrecked pretty badly unless you do your homework. Now, I don't want to say, like I say this every day, I talk about one of these altcoins, but honestly, some of them will succeed, but most of them won't. So it is kind of a crap shot when it comes to picking which one's going to be a winner. Obviously, you can improve your chances if you do your research. Read the white paper. Check out the developers. See what they're doing on social media. Find out everything you can about a coin before you make a major investment. There's still lots of money to be made in crypto, especially today. But I don't think symbiosis is the way to do it. In fact, stick to your big coins. So stick to your Bitcoins, your Ethereum, your XRP, your Cardano, Solana, and Dosh Garnet, even the Dogecoin. Even the Dogecoin. Whew, all right. All right, let's get back to the big screen and let's get to the comments. Pathfinder was in the house first. Hello, everyone. Another beautiful spring day on Vancouver Island. Yeah, so funny story. I was looking on my watch last night, and I got a message from Paul. I looked at it, and I saw like -9 or something like that, and I was like, ha ha! Finally, it's cold where Paul is because he keeps putting these warm temperatures up. So I was like, I was kind of giddy about it. I was kind of gloating a little bit. Well, then a little bit later, I pulled the full message up, and yeah, that was my weather. He was showing me my weather. Underneath was his, and it was like 14. I was just like, no. So yeah, another cold one here today, I think. Actually, I don't even know what the temperature is. I know we are getting about 5 centimeters of snow, and that's supposed to be starting about nowish. So, we'll see how it goes. Claude says hello. Of course, the day I received their distribution, HBTE is up almost 18%. Yeah. I mean, gotta say one thing though. This is something I like. When you look at how some of these funds, like HBTE, MSTE, how well they've bounced back with the price today. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Like, I know that, upside getting capped and things like that. That's always a concern, but no, they've done pretty good today. I'm liking it. All right. Lance, hey Candace, I bought 350 shares of Tesla at 35.15 and I want to try and sell at 38. Do you normally swing trade high beta tech stocks over the weekend, or do you sell on Friday and resume on Monday? It depends on if I'm in profit. If I'm in profit, sometimes I will sell on Friday just because, then I can start fresh on Monday. But if I'm not in profit, and currently I have 3 technology trades that are not in profit, they're going to sit there. They're sitting there on the weekend. I'm not going to sell at a loss, and because I know my luck. If I sell at a loss, that's when things will pump on Monday at open, and I'll miss out on that. So yeah, I will hold them. I will hold over the weekend for sure. Speaking of Paul, here we have hello, says Paul. Good afternoon. Elaine's in the house with a hey all. And Kara says, good afternoon, all, and happy Friday. I know. Anise is in the house. Hey, hopes you all have a great Friday. You too. It's must be getting kind of late over there. Like, is it? What is it now? 11:30? I think for some reason I think it's 8 hours, but maybe it's only 6 hours. Pathfinder says, I'm going to Dollarama this weekend to spend the dividend they gave me today. Nice. And ironically, because you're spending it at Dollarama, a teeny portion of that will be coming back to you in your next dividend. Kind of funny if you think of it that way. Paul, wow, MSTE plus 30.5% recovery in a day. Well, Bitcoin recovery, then MSTR recovery is the source, of course. Yeah. A dividend day. Yes. I know a lot of dividends come out today. CPCC. I remember seeing that one in my email. I remember seeing 6E as well, because I was like, ooh, that's a 6E email. Wahipple says, hey. And guys, we do have the Financial Express. It has been running since the 1st of December. The next day that we are going to be looking at is Monday. So today we're opening up the Financial Express for Monday. We still have a Sunday show. That's totally gonna happen anyway. But yeah, if you guys want to market close Monday, you guys know the drill. Scott is in the house with a happy Green Day, everyone. Paul says expensive romaine lettuce Green Day. Well, at least with your MSTE profits there, Paul, you can afford that lettuce. Wahipple, I got a full green board today. Both portfolios. Been a long time since that happened. Yeah, no, it's a pretty good day. It's a pretty nice looking day for sure. Scott says, I know, Claude, I turned on drip for QQCL hoping to get some cheap DCA, but nope. That happens sometimes. MSTE at 209 million volume today versus an average of 1.11 million volume. 353 right now. Nice. That's really good. If you got in yesterday at the bottom, like how low did it get? Did it get to 250 yesterday? I don't know. I actually don't know. Let's find out. All right. MSTE. I'm kind of curious to know what kind of a swing you could have made if you hit the absolute bottom of it. I'm just going to go to the 1 month so I can get the day. Let's see here. So yeah, yesterday, $2.60 is the bottom. So if you somehow managed to get it at $2.60, and today the high, 355. So you could have almost made $1. So basically you could have, that's a good amount. You could have almost made $1 off of every single share. Almost. That's a pretty big jump. But I mean, look, there's still lots of room to go. There's no reason that if Bitcoin has a good recovery, there's no reason this fund can't get back up to $5. Xenial says, grats to those that timed the bottom perfectly. And Scott says, glad to hear, Ian. Yeah, absolutely. And it's kind of funny, guys. So, I said I would buy 10 MSTE yesterday for the challenge. And I did that. But I also, just yesterday in my, well, let's actually pull this up here. Let me see if I can get in today. I'm going to try. I think I can get in here. Let's just take a look here. Before, when it was low, I decided I'm just going to grab a 10 for fun anyway. That was not in the challenge. So I've also got 10 just sitting here in my Wealthsimple. So let me take a look here. I don't have a lot in my Wealthsimple. Basically, every time I get affiliate, one of you guys uses that affiliate code, I will then, and let's go big screen for this. I will then just, I'll just pick up something small in here. And so yeah, yesterday, I did grab in here as well. I grabbed 10. I don't know if you guys can see that. But this one, I got it at a really good price. Let me show you guys. Where is it? Book. Yeah, right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. I got it at $2.73 yesterday afternoon. So now that's pretty cool. Anyway, Wealthsimple, guys. So $2.73. I did pay more today for it in the challenge, but $2.73. So that there is, that's basically, it's up what, 80 cents roughly? Not too shabby in day one. So Paul, Gary Gill said he didn't buy more MSTE. He says he wasn't sure it was done. Okay, fair enough. Let's see. Anise says, for me, it shows I am minus, but that's only because they haven't registered the new shares I got in NPS stock split. So we'll be fixed next week. My other stocks have gone down a little bit, but still in the green. Okay, fair enough. Hello all. Happy Friday, says Abby. And Marina's in with a, hi, everyone. Hope you're all having an awesome day. Absolutely. Yeah, this is a good day. This is a good day. Adorpat, hello, everyone. Lost 8K year to date and just got back 900 today. Yay me. So you lost 8,000, but you got back 900 of it. Let's hope you can do better. Let's hope you can get more back. That seems like a lot to have lost because the market has been strong year to date. But let's hope. Well, you may have lost a good amount on last Friday. Last Friday, of course, that was a pretty brutal drop. Rory says, afternoon, Enbridge had a lower analyst rating as well. And let's see, Ian says, got some TSLY and HHIS today. Ian says, I bought some Utes today. So yeah, Utes. Oh boy. I mentioned that I figured, because when we were looking at the heat maps, I was like, oh yeah, Utes is probably down a little bit today. Let's take a look. Yeah, look at this, down 1.39%. Yeah, down a little bit. So if you're, if you're a big Utes fan, this is not a bad day to grab a little bit, for sure. All right, and oh, there is two Ians. Now there's two Ians here. Oh no, I don't know which. Wait a minute. Yes, I do. One's the Ian who's a channel member is the Ian is Columbia Ian. Well, still Canadian, but in Columbia Ian. The other Ian is not or are they both you, Ian? Are you like here in stereo or something? It's just interesting. It's interesting because they're kind of similar. Wow, I did not. I wouldn't have I don't think I would have noticed if you hadn't pointed it out. That's funny. All right, VLE having an awesome day. Called it nice. Yeah. Let's take a gander. Let's take a gander. We're here. Valerian Energy. Yeah, I mean, energy today is up a little bit. First half of the day, they were up pretty darn good. But how much is this one up? 3.416%. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Paul says Ian or Ian? They are not the same. I know. Doppelgangers. Or twinsies. Oh boy. Marianne. I was going to say Marianne is in the house. No, Mary's in the house, everybody, with a good old hello all. And Mary is our captain of the like button. So if you have not yet hit that like button, now is the time. We've been working on it this last week. And guys, we've been getting to 70 and 80 every day. So let's just, you know what? Let's just get there right away and not have to talk about the like button anymore. I know on my test machine right now, it says 2. It says a like button of 2. But I know it's higher than 2. Let me refresh that machine because I had loaded it up on the machine before the stream started. 32. And there we go. It was 30 shy. We can push that, guys. We can push that. I'm going to have some coffee while you guys hit the like button. Oh, that's so good. Oh, and how did I get on the side like this? All right. There we go. It's because I didn't hit this. There we go. Now I'm in the right screen. Ian, Green Ian says, I should probably get a different name. I've got a few aliases. And Kiev and Cass says, well, at least that was a better day. Afternoon, gang. All right, Huge Emilio says, good afternoon. I'm holding 15% of my portfolio in ZMMK. My plan is to use it to buy dips in XEQT. Do you think it is a good idea? So XEQT, I love XEQT. Let me just pull it up here, guys, while we're talking about it. All right, now, I will tell you, if somebody ever comes up to me and, well, no, I don't want key data. I just want here. Give me 1 second, guys. I just want we'll just do the 1 year here. If anybody ever is thinking, what would be a good ETF if I want to set and forget, I want dividend growth, and I want really good global diversification? This, hands down, one of the better ones. There's a whole bunch, all equity. So you got XEQT, you got VEQT, that's the Vanguard one. BMO has ZEQT. Fidelity has FEQT, which gives you a little bit of crypto exposure. But after the week we've had in crypto, some of you guys might be like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I've seen what happens with crypto exposure. Um, but yeah, no, this is wonderful. There are a lot of people out there that believe that this is all you need. One ETF, XEQT, that does it. Fantastic. Now, mind you, this is for growth. It is a dividend growth fund. You're not going to get much, you're going to get very little dividends, actually. So it's not, you know, if you're looking for income, if you're in retirement and you're looking for income, this is not for you. But if you are in that growth phase and you know, so basically, I would say, anybody before retirement, this probably has a good function. And even if you are in that retirement phase and you just want that little bit of extra diversification in your portfolio, you could certainly look at this. Or you could even look at there's a covered call version, not of XEQT, but I think it's EQCL. Or that might be the one with the leverage. But there are different versions for sure that basically will, you know, that will suit your different needs, of course. All right. So, let me get back to your question, though. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I still have you on the screen. Just for some reason, it's highlighting you completely blue on my screen. So I kind of have to drag it over to read your question again. Oh yeah. So you want to buy it? Do you think it's a good idea? I know that you. And because you've voiced this, and not just here, I've seen you voice it. I've seen you in the comments of other finance channels as well, talking a little bit about your views. And I know that you're not very big on cover calls, and you don't have to be. You really don't have to be. There's more than one right way to invest. You know, I'm not an income investor. I'm a growth income. So I'm kind of that middle of the road, that hybrid version. But I know both sides really well, and that's kind of the nice thing, I think. And then it's kind of one of the things I do bring to the channel. So yeah, if that's your goal, I like that ETF. I think it's a good choice. So like I said, any of those all equity, I think that's going to be fine. Obviously, someday when you are looking to retire and you want to create an income, then you might start looking at cover calls with perhaps a different way. And also keep in mind too, and this is actually a good point for, I think, everybody. Covered calls. So they really exploded. Like, there weren't very many of them on the market at the beginning of the pandemic. So they've really exploded, and they're still evolving. Like, we're starting to see different types. So for example, the big change, of course, has been bringing leverage into it. And that's one way. And I think the goal of bringing leverage in it is try to sort of compensate for some of that upside loss in potential. But there will be other structures that will come along. Like, I know that there's also ones, there's, is it Harvest? I think Harvest now has one that does puts in addition to. And we also have the whole, we got the spread one that BMO is doing. So I think they're going to continue to evolve, and we're going to have to see what that next evolution is. And you never know, maybe they'll find a way to do covered calls with very minimal loss to upside. That would be cool. I don't see how, so I want to be realistic. I don't see how they'll do it, but they're going to keep trying, and I'm here for it. I'm here to see what is going on. Oh, guys, we got 1 minute to the bell. All right, Rory says, yeah, HYLD payday today. Nice. Unlike Pathfinder, my part of the island is in the fog. I kind of like fog. I don't know. I'm kind of a fan of fog. I find it, well, warm fog. Not so much ice fog, but Larry says up 8% for today. A dog has coin. Nice. Isaiah loaded up 10,300 shares of MSTE at $2.95 a share, sold at $3.45. You did make a few bucks today, Isaiah. That's a nice trade. That's a nice trade, I gotta say. Paul. 11C in BC Lower Mainland versus -8 for Ottawa. That sure is a big difference. Robins are out. We got hardy squirrels here. We got hardy squirrels. And we got a bell. Guys, the market's closed. And guess what? Welcome to the weekend. Holy banana bread. We made it through a week. This is great. Ah. All right, Rory, is BTC and MSTRE a dead cat bounce? Interesting idea. So a dead cat bounce is basically if you've got a market that's falling and it does a little bullish bounce. Sometimes that's called a dead cat bounce. And the reason for that is, oh, it went away. I thought I had to sneeze. I was like looking, where's my mute button in case I have to sneeze? But it went away. Anyway, yeah, so could this be a dead cat bounce? Yeah, sure, it could be. We're not really going to know until we see where things going. I'm hoping it's not going to be a dead cat bounce. I'm kind of hoping that we see a bit more strength in the market. And there are things that I have seen. So when you look earlier in this week, especially, and here, actually, you know what? It's probably better to have a visual aid for this. Let's go back and let's go to the TSX. Perfect. So what we saw this week, and you can see this on the TSX, is that we were having days, red mornings, green afternoon, red, green. And then we had, oh, red, green. I just realized now I'm thinking about duct tape, but all right. So we had this, red, green, but, it broke out of it. It broke out of it yesterday and we had chaos. But the fact is, if we were moving into, I think if we were actually moving into a bear market right now, I don't think we would have had these recoveries like this. I think it would have been more red. There might have been some green, but I don't think it would have been as strong as it was. So I'm not really seeing us sliding into a bear market at this moment. I'm not. But I could be wrong. And I always want to say that, because just because I say I don't see it, well, you don't see a bear market until it happens. So nobody sees it, to be honest. But right now I'm not feeling like, I don't feel that dread. Is dread the right word? I want to make it, that makes it sound like a bear market's a bad thing. A bear market's a place where you make money. But no, I'm not feeling it right yet. I did, when it comes to Bitcoin, this one worried me. Now, this one did legitimately worry me, like coming down, breaking through here. First of all, breaking through here. I did not want to see us break through here because Bitcoin, as long as Bitcoin stayed above 85, everything was nice and healthy. So now that it broke through, if it hadn't recovered like this, I would be, I'm not going to say I would call a crypto winner, but I would certainly be considering a crypto winner. So it is nice to see this movement. And, if this is a dead cat bounce, then we're definitely looking to see it come back down again. Oh, you know what, guys? BN. I just want to take a look here. So yeah, when we look at the prediction I made the other day with BN, so I made this prediction down and up, and then, and that was right here. We were right here when I made this prediction. So it did do the up, and then it did do the down, and now it's starting to do that up. So if this holds true and we get that breakout, this time up, it might actually break out. So this is Brookfield Corporation. So just because I drew this in here, I thought let's, and I showed two breakout possibles. So when we were looking here, I said, it was possible to get a breakout here, but I didn't think it would happen. I figured it would be the next time up, which is why I circled it. So yeah, anyway, kind of cool. So far, this is holding to the prediction. Now, it could come back up and turn around. Now, honestly, if I was playing this, I'm not going to play the breakout. If I was playing this, and I'm currently not, I would still sell it when it comes up. I would sell probably, right in here around 62-ish. Not 60, well, yeah, 62.11, somewhere in that area. Well, I would put in a stop loss. And then if it did break out, I would certainly take it. Now, If that happened, if the breakout happened very, very late in the day, it's hard to say. I might trigger the stop loss on purpose, if I don't know that breakout's coming. So, I'm just pointing it out. I normally don't play breakouts, but this is just a fun little prediction I made, and we're just watching to see if it continues to follow as predicted. So if it does, then, we'll get a breakout this time. If it does, that obviously we'll be able to look at that on Monday. Well, if we have a show, we'll look at it on Monday, or worst case scenario, Wednesday. All right. Scott says, crossing my fingers as I type this so I don't jinx it. Seems like Rogers has fixed their issue. Yeah, the last 3 days I've not experienced it. So, yeah, knock on wood here, knock on wood, but it seems to have been resolved. So, yeah. And now you watch. You know what I should do? I should just sort of freeze on, as just pretend freeze, just to, just to make Scott think that the jinx happened. Anise says, when you ring the bell, it's 22 here in Sweden. Okay, all right, so 10 o'clock, I got it. Now I know. All right, and the Financial Express is still on. Mario says, good afternoon, everyone. Today is the Harvest ETF's pay date, but Quest Trade not till Monday. Yeah. Most brokers, if the payday, whatever the pay date is, most brokers will receive it that day, but they'll pay it out to you the day after. So, yeah. What can I say? John, hey, welcome back, John. What happened to your Brookfield prediction from Wednesday? We just looked at it. Actually, it's still on the screen, John. It's still on the screen. I love that. That's hilarious. All right. Scott says Alphabet still struggling to make up the gap. Yep. And what Scott is talking about is, we're going to leave Brookfield, John. We're going to leave Brookfield, and we're going to go over here to, Alphabet. Google. So, if you take a look here, you'll sort of see here that here's the gap in here. So, yeah, we got a little bit of space to go. But I'm hoping I got in. This is a trade that I'm stuck in currently, because I was actually playing this, and I got in up here. And then it did all of this. So, I'm probably going to do a little bit of maneuvering in the coming week to start to pull my break-even price down a little bit on this one, so I can get out of it sooner than later. But yeah, I hope it comes back and fills in that gap. I'd like to see it come back and do even more than that. But it's one of those things. Swing trading, sometimes you do get caught into these things, and that's why I always like to say, if you are swing trading and you don't have a lot of funds to trade, so you kind of can't let a trade get stuck for like a week, then you probably want to have some kind of a stop loss, or at least a plan to get out of something like this if it does go completely caca, which happens from time to time. Technology is so much fun. A Revolution says, does your distributions from Harvest ETFs pay today in your account? My brokerage pays next day. I can do DCA. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Pretty much, I don't think I get any. I don't think any of my distributions ever arrive on the payday. It's always the day after. So, and that's fine. It's always been that way. And it's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. It takes time to move things. Marina says, do you think now is a good time to set up a swing trade on Amazon, given the recent dip and NASDAQ volatility? All right. Do I still have Amazon in here? No, I have AMD. Oh, no, I do. Oh, boy. Yeah. Amazon. Oh, gosh. Yeah, look at this. Now, with Amazon, and this is kind of the interesting thing, they actually did miss on their earnings. They missed on the earnings They did beat slightly with their revenue, but yeah, I like Amazon overall. I think Amazon will be fine. So is this a good place? It's probably not a bad place. I don't know how long it's going to take to get back, but it's already started moving. Like, this would have been the best place down here, obviously. But once again, we have a gap. Stocks do tend to fill those gaps. So we've actually got double gap. I don't think I've seen too many double gaps before. Look at that. So we got that gap to fill. We got that gap to fill. Yeah, I think Amazon is not a bad target. Not a bad target at all. All right. Scott says I'm more bullish on Microsoft and Google than Amazon. Well, yeah, there is one other factor with Amazon is that right now people are really mad at Amazon because they're they're laying more people off. But I wouldn't be super concerned about it. I think Amazon will be fine. Everybody's kind of like the world's addicted to Amazon, and yeah, it's funny. All right. Mario says I think both Ians are the same person. Yeah, I thought that as well. I think Ian was in with two accounts. I do think that, sure. Ian says I am only one Ian as of now. All right, so we have collapsed the waveform down to one Ian, no longer in superposition. Plus, uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. There we go. I had a tiny one. Scott, you did jinx the channel. I was like, because I went to click on Ian and Ian wasn't letting me click on Ian. And I'm like, no, Scott. All right. So, okay. Ian says, how do I change my name on chat? Do I have to change my name on my channel? I think so. I think so. You know what? I wish it would let you change your name in chat or just have a chat name or a chat alias. I think that would be kind of cool. Like I think you should be able to just right click and change your name. And I think that you can I think the way YouTube does it, I think you've even got a limited number of times you can change your name and then you get locked into your name for a bit. Paul says Marianne and Gilligan and Skipper too. Gilligan's Island. That was a good show. Scott says Gilligan. Google now allows you to change your email, and you can use that to change names. Okay, there we go. Ian, other Ian, tell us about yourself. Where are you from? Scott says there's a parallel wealth video, Adam with Ben Felix talking about PWL CPP calculator. Ben Felix. Paul says set and forget is Hamilton HDIV and Harvest HDIF are both about 12% yield. Yeah, I like both of those for sure. All right, and the Financial Express, and then we got Zenio. It could be a bull trap if the crypto winter is still on. Well, that might be a situation. So we need time to see. The nice thing about crypto is that we at least get to see what it's going to do over the weekend. Scott says non-Canadians are not going to get the red-green reference. No, maybe not. Although there's a lot of channels out there of Americans reacting to red-green, which is kind of funny. Hugh Melio says thanks, Candace, for your response. I do my best. And that's one of those things. Like I said, there's no wrong way to invest, and that to me is important. So. I hope in this community, no matter what your investing style is, you feel very welcome because you are. Rob Wong says, what is Brookfield? Brookfield company, Brookfield Asset Management, and that's one of them. There's kind of a bunch of them actually. There's a whole umbrella of Brookfield companies. So the top one is Brookfield Corporation. So that's BN. That was the company that we were looking at a little while ago. So I think you probably know now. Then there's Brookfield Asset Management. They're kind of like, they basically invest in other companies. So they will invest in and they'll own portions of other companies, and that's how they make their money. Lisa's in the house with a hi, everyone. See, Amazon, Google, and Meta didn't do well today. Yeah, exactly. Ian says, I got all of my divs today. Oh no, Rogers is shooting the bed. Rogers. Ian says, I actually don't know who the other Ian was. I can't take credit for the other one. Scout's honor. Yeah, there's a few names that pop up from time to time in the chat that are interesting. And now we got a clone of Ian. That's fantastic. I love it. And Scott says a no with Amazon is about AWS versus Azure and Google Cloud. Conway Twitty name check. Now, you see, Ian, I know this is you for two reasons. One, your icon didn't change. Two, you're still a channel member, so that kind of narrows it down. I think there's about 111 channel members, something like that. So it kind of narrows you down to a smaller pool. But yeah, I got it. Scott says that's a Family Guy reference. Which one is this? Let's see. I'm actually scrolling back to see what the reference was, because non-Canadians are not going to get the red-green reference. Maybe. Maybe for sure. Oh boy, red-green. Oh gosh, that's so good. The Nightbot. Rory says Mo Bandy. Who's Mo Bandy? I don't know Mo Bandy. I've watched some Family Guy, but I haven't, not religiously. Conway Twitty. Yeah, yes, this is me, Ian. There we go. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. We've got, for example, we have the Banana Bread Company that pops up from time to time and drops off some dividends. I think I know who it is, but I'm not 100%. I'm about 88% sure. I think so. We had a weekend. We had this one show. This was a couple years ago now, where I used to, before I moved to the Yeti cup, I used to have my Starbucks cup. And so it used to be a running gag that I should, that because I'm showing the Starbucks cup, my coffee cup on every stream, I should get sponsored by Starbucks. Well, then somebody decided to show up one day as Starbucks. And every time I took a sip of coffee, they were sending I think it was a $2 super chat or a super sticker. And quite literally, by the end of that stream, because it was a good 2-hour stream, my God, they probably sent 10 to 15 super stickers. It was crazy. It was very crazy. But that person I figured out who they were. And actually, it's funny how I figured it out. I won't reveal who they were, but the reason I was able to figure them out is that years after the fact, I made a short about it. I thought it would be funny just to make a short, sort of like a compilation of all of the supers. And when I did it, I had to go back and I had to download that show and go, drag it into Final Cut Pro. And I found the moment the person changed their name. So they changed their name first from, what it was to Starbucks, but they made one post before they changed their image, their icon. So the icon still had their face on it for one post, and then of course the next time they posted and made the donation, they had put in the Starbucks symbol. So it had baffled me, and I've been trying to figure out who that was for a very long time. But then I found out because there was just that one tiny error. So that one person, I know who they are. Now, does that mean the Starbucks account is the Banana Bread account? I thought at first it probably did, to be honest. I was almost like case closed. But I have seen the Banana Bread account show up when the individual who was the Starbucks account isn't in the house or isn't there. So that's the part that's kind of thrown me off. So I still think it could be them. Maybe they just didn't show up as themselves at all that show, but they were there as the Banana Bread company. Anyway, it's that mystery. It's that mystery. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. All right, Scott. Claude. Claude says, I read fast and read more brandy. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty is the reference. All right, cool. Was my nickname when I worked on the road. Too many Ians on the crew. So you just became Conway Twitty. Nice. And yeah, I sort of get the reference because there was a Conway, the singer guy. Was it Twitter? Conway Twitter, or I don't know what his name was, but yeah, I get it. I think I get it. Rory says Randy's name from Trailer Park Boys. Let's see. Steve says, anybody having issues with Wealthsimple? My accounts are not showing up on the app. Oh, that's weird. No, but I have been going in. Guys, oh, by the way, guys, here, let me drop, I'm going to drop this down here because I'll tell you why. All right, this here, whoops, there we go. This is my affiliate link for Wealthsimple. So if you've not tried Wealthsimple out, grab it. Just grab it, download the app. Once you set yourself up, you're getting 25 bucks. I'm getting 25 bucks. It's a win-win scenario. But here's the thing. They've got a contest going on this month where there's this little gold coin at the bottom of the page. And you can spin it to get entries into, they're giving away a whole bunch of gold coins. I think 15 gold coins. So yeah, and you can spin it every day. So I have done so far. And guys, let me know, you guys. The most I've gotten entries in one day from a spin is 150. I got that yesterday. Today I got like 30. I was like, no. But 150 is the highest I've gotten. Has anybody beat that? You know, I'm kind of curious to know what the most entries you can get each day. So 150 for me so far. So let me know in the comments, guys. Conway. Ian says, I got the name when I was in trade school. I had a Conway Twitty ringtone on my phone. Guys would call me in class to get me in trouble with the instructor. Yes. Gursky says, Happy Green Friday, everyone. Oh, funny story here. Going back to this. So when I first found out back in the day when we all had flip phones, I found out you could put different rings for different people. So I got a cousin. I got this cousin, and he's kind of special. I'll say that. No, he's fine. Like, he's fine. But anyway, I like to make fun. I make fun of him a little bit. So I found this one that basically was a voice that would come out and say, an idiot is calling you on your cellular device, basically as an alarm, and an idiot is calling you on your cellular device. So I threw it up on his as a joke. Well, one day I was standing there with him, and he picked up his phone. He said, I'm going to call you for a second. I'm like, what? And he did, and next thing you know, my phone starts going, an idiot is calling you on your cellular device. He was not impressed, needless to say, but, boy. Anyway, Gursky says, Happy Green Friday, everyone. Max is in the house with a happy Friday. Punky Piney Boy says, Happy Friday. Rory, forgot bank paid today too. Cool, got 2. Gotta love that. Lily says, yes, my accounts aren't showing up either. Oh, Lance got 180 coins today. 100. Can anybody beat Lance? Guys, can you beat the 180? 180, nice. Let's see. If you do, got 140. Gursky, I got 140 today, 80 yesterday, and 100 the day before. Lisa says, I added some more Amazon today on the dip. Nice. Well, it's a good dip, that's for sure. Scott, how easy, difficult is it to transfer funds from your banks to Wealthsimple? moving it is easy when the account and broker are the same. Um, I don't have any problem. Like, you know, here's the thing. So if you are brand new, so your very first time going into Wealthsimple, um, you're going to, and I don't know if this has changed, but it used to take a couple of days, because you're getting that initial deposit in, because they're going through, I think, a third party bank that gets, but I think they are. There was who was it? Was it Mark? Was talking about it. Um, they are adding a thing where you can just go to the post office and get a deposit within 10 minutes. So that is something. But once you do have a relationship with them and you've got a certain amount in their, depending on the size of your account, they'll allow you to do a transfer and they won't hold it all. They'll give you access to a certain amount up front. And I think it depends on your account size. And it's kind of funny. I really think that if you've had a big account and then you've had a small account, I think they still keep it at the big size. So, because I know right now anytime if I transfer something to Wealthsimple, it's instantaneous. They give me access to it immediately. But yeah, so I don't find it difficult at all. All right, let's see. And Kira says, I got 170 this morning. I got 20 yesterday morning. 170. All right, we're almost. We're still at, Lance, I think, still has it. Lance still has it with the 180. A Marina Zero Hedge article claims a recurring market pattern where the NASDAQ is mirroring its breakdown from February 2025. Market stagnated from November 2024 through to early 2025 before declining sharply. Yeah, it'd be interesting. Yeah, I haven't read the article. I'd have to take a look at it and see. I've been sort of comparing it to the last bear market because we had tech. Tech led the way into the last bear market. But I don't get that feeling that we're running in that situation this time. I could be wrong, but I don't get it. Kelly says super easy. Hugie Melio says, I got 20 entries today. Oh, that's the lowest I think I've seen. So my lowest is 30, and is 20 the lowest, guys? Is that the lowest? Ian, I keep wanting to say Conway Twitty. Ian says, mine was doing that. Wealthsimple, I leave the account and go back in, then they are there. Did 2 updates today. Okay, interesting. Oh, I did one thing today, guys. So you know how I mentioned, for whatever reason, my fingerprint changes from summer to winter because, I don't know, the cold. So I actually re-uploaded a second fingerprint. So now I've got my winter fingerprint and my summer fingerprint on my iPad. So now it works. So I'm like, okay, I should be good now. Maybe I'll even add 2 more. Maybe I should just add like transition fingerprints from spring and fall, but why not? Bismarcky, good afternoon all. Wealthsimple don't like me. 30 coins today. I still no credit card. Oh no. Kelly says I have a 5 spin streak and 640 total entries on the gold coin. I don't think I'm nowhere near that. I think I've only done 3 spins because I just found out, you guys told me about it the other day. So I've been doing it every day since then because you never know. Scott says, what's big? My non-registered is about 150, a bit less since last Friday. Okay, interesting. Oh gosh. Let's go big screen for a bit, just because, if I'm not showing you guys something on the screen, it makes sense to go to the big screen. And of course, behind me, guys, you can see that little spinner. We're going to be using that. So I did, oh yeah, let me show you. Whoops, that's not where I wanted to show you. All right, we're heading over to the Discord, guys. We do have a Discord, by the way. Oh, before I head over there, let me give you the link to the Discord in case any of you want to check out the Discord. All right, whoops, let's see if that one works. I accidentally hit enter on it first, but heading over to the Discord, I updated the schedule. So YouTube schedule here. So I like to keep a schedule going so you guys can sort of see what's coming up. Now, I will mention all of the financial expresses are not on the schedule because, I add them once we have cemented one. So like, if we do the thing today and we get one for Monday, I'll add it. Otherwise, it'll stay the same. But the important part is, all right over here, February 18th, 7 p.m. That's when we're doing the 10K celebration. So it's going to start at 7 p.m. and it's going to go for 10,000 seconds. So what is that? I don't know, 2 hours, 42 minutes, 2 hours, 47, or I don't know. Scott worked it out yesterday, but we're going for 10,000 seconds. So it's basically almost 3 hour stream. So it is going late. Don't worry. I mean, it's just more or less we're going to have fun. We're going to have fun. I'm going to build a game of sorts and we're going to play. It's basically us versus the clock. Can we collectively get, well, can you guys? Because I know the answers, so it's not fair for me. But can you guys collectively get 10,000 points before the 10,000 seconds are run out? And it's, it's just bragging rights. We're just going to have some fun. We're going to chill. It's, kind of that big celebration. And here it is. 2 hours, 46 minutes, and 40 seconds. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I still have to figure out exactly how to get my second timer to work. But I'll get that all worked out. I got 2 weeks. Well, a little bit less than 2 weeks now. But yeah, so anyway, this here right now, I've got the schedule up until April 3rd. So it's actually interesting. Over here on Discord, you only get so many characters. So if I wanted to add all of April, I don't think I could. I think I would run out of characters. I got about 100 characters left. So I do like to keep that up. Just, I don't know. It's funny because I think my streaming is so predictable that you don't really need a schedule because it doesn't really change. But at the same time, for new people, it's kind of nice to sort of know when the next stream is, when the next video is. Today, actually, we dropped our HDiv deep dive. I was pretty excited about that. I actually really like the thumbnail. So sometimes I complain. I complained about that when we did when I did the metal ones. So the one that said metal income, I just did not like that portfolio, that one at all. In fact, let me show you guys something. I actually changed it yesterday because it was finally just bugging me. It was bugging me a lot here. So let me just take a look here. Where did I change it? What did I change it to? Wait a minute. Where is it now? I think I have to refresh this page because it's not showing me. And yeah, here we are. So now, now I just changed it to this. So it's the same kind of general idea, but I figured, let's have something I like a little better. I think metal kind of was just, I don't know, it just didn't work. It didn't work. All right. All right. Oh, and guys, we've now passed the 15 minutes, so we can finally get our last look at the market. So yeah, look at this. We did finish on a green. I'm liking it. So the market turned itself around and we had a pretty strong finish. That's not too shabby, at all. So I'm liking it. I got no complaints. All right. Tuesday's video, by the way, that is Paul's video. So we'll be looking at just a second. Rendu was saying something. Anyway, we're going to look at Tesla, different ways you can make money with Tesla. We're going to talk a little bit about SpaceX and a few different things in that video. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's a pretty good video. All right. Rendu says, hi, Candace. Hi, all. Can you say hi to Emma and Ruben, please? I can absolutely. Hello there, Emma. Hi, Ruben. How are you two doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I hope you're going to have a really great weekend. There we go. Renew, is those? I assume those are your kids, right? They could be your cats, but I'm going to assume they're your kids. Yeah, guys, if you want me to shout out your cats, your kids, anybody, feel free. I'll do it. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Actually, I have this is kind of a funny little story. One of my lurkers, and I can't remember what his name is. I wish I could. I should remember it. Gosh, but he's very shy. very, very shy. So he actually got one of his friends to come in so that she could come into the chat and just say, just sort of, say, thank you for what you do type thing. And I thought that was I kind of thought that was nice. I thought that was very nice. So, yeah, sometimes all of that fun stuff happens. Rob says, Candace, do you think they were doing a mini reset in the markets the last 2 weeks? Huh. That's interesting. That's interesting. A mini reset. I don't know. I wouldn't call it a mini reset. I mean, you got to look at it this way. Corrections are normal. Is that what we're seeing? Are we seeing a correction? Maybe, but there's also the whole driver, like the AI fear stuff. That's real, and there was certainly a lot of interesting stuff around that. So, yeah, that is definitely maybe that's kind of what's going on. I don't know, but I wouldn't say it's a reset per se. Let me see here. Hi Candace, I tried the Wealthsimple link and it told me it had trouble with the referral code. Oh, did you? You know what? I got the bad luck. This is the bad luck I got, guys. When I got my referral code from Wealthsimple, they gave me one that has a underscore in it. I'm like, seriously? That's the hardest thing to give to people, is that underscore. So, yeah, what I would say is, oh boy, I will regenerate a code, Punky, and try to get that. I'll see if I can get it to work a bit better. I'm not sure why. I know for some people it works right away. Other people, I don't know what the issue is, but I have to think it's that underscore. Oh boy. Kelly says that Wealthsimple contest rules say your spin can give you between 10 entries and 10 and 100,000. Oh wow. Okay. All right. I want the 100,000. I want the 100,000. I doubt I'll get the 100,000, but I imagine it's like one spin, maybe out of everybody who spins for the whole length of their contest might get the 100,000. Rob says, I also got into USAR at the high. They pulled that back. Any comments on this one? USAR. I am not familiar with USAR. Let me just take a gander here. Let's just take a gander here. Oh, yeah, USA Rare Earth. Duh. This is that one I say that every time I look it up. I'm pretty much like, once I see it, I'm like, okay, yes, I've heard of them. I just wasn't familiar with their exact ticker. Let's take a look here. So yeah, okay, yeah, we got a little bit. So one of the things, I guess, with this one is, once again, we're dealing with materials. So in this case here, they're talking rare earth, which is pretty much any of the other material companies are giving you kind of the same thing, though you might be getting some of the less rare stuff. You might get copper, for example, as well. But I'm very bullish on copper. So I do like this. I don't know about this company per se. It doesn't super excite me. What I have, so just to give you a general idea here, is I'll just go into a different window here. So in the challenge, I added XMA. This here's the iShares, and this is just capped materials index. And you can sort of see this has a bit of everything, and you can see it's responding a lot better. It's responding a lot better. So I definitely like this one a lot. So guys, I've got nothing against USAR, but right now I feel like it should be moving better. And I think that you could probably find a better option out there. So that's kind of where I sit on USAR. All right, let's see. Marina says, Candace, do you know why Bitcoin's correlation with the NASDAQ risen sharply in recent years since 2021 to 2022? It is really interesting. I do like, there's a couple of things. A lot of the tech companies, it's like, I don't want to say that people are viewing Bitcoin as a technology because, well, I mean, it is a technology. It's, blockchain is a form of technology, but it's not really that. So I don't have I don't think I have a direct speculation on exactly why that is the case. Obviously, there are some. You take Strategy. Strategy holds a lot of Bitcoin, and they're on the Nasdaq. So, that does create a tiny connection. But at the same time, I think in this case here, like I don't think it was directly because the Nasdaq was falling. That's why Bitcoin was going as well. It's kind of interesting. Bitcoin for the longest time in the early parts of the pandemic, it was actually following the S&P 500 pretty. You had a big dip in the S&P 500. You were getting a dip in Bitcoin, and I think now it's kind of struggling to figure out. Is it going to, is there a correlation between it and the Nasdaq? Is there a correlation between it and the S&P 500? I don't know. I don't know if there is or not. I know this time around, a lot of it was people were very nervous. Between the whole AI thing and everything else, people were incredibly nervous. And that kind of made things, it made things very interesting. It made things very interesting for sure. And, I think, and this is the thing that was interesting, is that people were shifting money out of Bitcoin and they're moving it to other things. Now, at the same time, there was also, and I don't want to sort of sugarcoat this too, but there was also a lot because of the drop. Once we got the drop big enough, there was a lot of liquidations in there too. So we have kind of a whole bunch of different things that are happening. So different longs were liquidated, and it certainly added up. All right, now, oh boy, I do see something that popped up here. We have Marina is in with five gifted Mountain Finance gift memberships. So guys, that's Monday's show. It's in the books. It's in the books. So holy banana bread. There is a lot of people. Congratulations to all of the winners. Now we got some business to do, guys, because if she had only gifted one, we would have seen the Monopoly goat. It's a little Monopoly goat. If she had only gifted two, we would have also seen Space Goat. I love Space Goat. This is my favorite one. If she had only gifted three, we would have got our TSX goat with the bell. Yeah. If she had gifted four, we would have got to see this one here. This is our education goat. So pretty darn cool. But she gifted five. And that takes us to our seasonal goat. This is our Valentine's Day goat. Wow, awesome. There we go. Thank you very much, Marina. We now have a show on Monday, so the Financial Express is alive and well. We'll be back here on Monday. We still have our show on Sunday as well, guys, so don't worry about that. Love it. All right. This was awesome. And guys, all you new folks, who do we got? Actually, we got Satyaki, Cochran, Jake Card, Brian, Nathan. There we go. I think I got everybody. You guys can all start watching videos one day early, and Monday. Not only do we have a market close, we got our office hours Monday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern. So you guys will be able to attend that. Those are very chill. I kind of like them. They're it's like I turn the energy down, turn the lights. Well, okay, the lights are still on, but those are really cool. All right, now, where were we? Hugo Melio. This is the only channel that I watch live every time I can. Thanks again for your honesty and good information, unlike other finfluencers in YouTube. All right, well, you know what, and this is, let me just sort of, I'll say this. I bring the information. Am I right? Sometimes. Am I wrong? Sure, sometimes. And that's the thing. If I screw up, I'm going to tell you guys. I'll go out of my way to tell you guys when I mess up, because I will make mistakes, absolutely. But the last thing I'm going to do is I'm never going to pull information out of my butt. If I don't know the answer, I'm going to tell you I don't know the answer. Sort of like the whole correlation with the NASDAQ. I can't even speculate on it because I just don't have enough information to really make any comparisons. And that was, and that to me that's being respectful to Marina. I could have just sort of come up with any old thing and said, oh, yes, well, but no, I'm not going to do that. And I'll never do that to you guys because, I guess I sort of come, maybe, I don't know if it's a Nova Scotia thing or what it is, but I just, you know, I'll just tell you the way it is. I'll tell you to the best of my ability, and there will be times you'll ask me something, and I'll just basically tell you I don't know, because that will happen from time to time. Scott says this drop in the market has a lot to do with profit taking from Santa Claus rally than earnings. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, there's definitely, when you get a lot of all-time highs, so that is definitely a factor. So you take something like gold, silver, I mean, hitting highs that are just absolutely crazy. Sometimes there will be people that they will take profits, absolutely. Mary is in, says, let's get to 70 likes and support Candace. Yeah, let's do that, guys. I'm gonna refresh the machine. Let's see where you guys have me at right now. 55. Is that it? Oh, guys, come on. We can do better. We can do better. Gigi says, today is my buy day. It's funny, when I first glanced at this, Gigi, I thought you said it was your birthday at first, but your buy day. Was really sad when I woke up seeing big green lines. Just needed one more red morning. It's like the Murphy's Law of investing. It's like, I don't have cash today while the market's red. I got cash tomorrow, though. And then the market's green. It happens. It happens a lot. It's one of those things, and I've been sort of talking a little bit about this. So what do you do in a case like that? So you got a couple of options, actually. You can buy at the green prices, and obviously you're not getting the best deal. But with the way volatility has been lately, it almost makes sense to just sort of drop it in a cash ETF and let it make some money while you wait for the next dip. That's another option as well. But keep in mind, if we don't get another dip for a while, you might have still been better off to just buy at the higher price today. Maybe, and that's the whole thing about the market is, the market is not, yeses, nos. It's not ones and zeros. It's probability. Everything is probability with the market. It's like, will the market go up? Well, maybe, probably. There's a possibility. Will it go down? Well, yes, maybe, probably. There's a possibility. So that's kind of the market. And a lot of times that's what, like when I do swing trading, guys, I'm looking. So here, let me take a look. And we'll go to the one where I got burnt. Oh, I'm already in here. Let's come over here. And let's go to Google. So here we go. So we got a channel. And, it's an ascending channel. Now, it's a steep ascending channel. And this is my problem. The fact that it was this steep meant that the chances of breaking through were higher than they normally would be. If this were kind of a gentle slope, I would have maybe it wouldn't have broken through, but it did break through. So I got in down here thinking I might get one more play. And at first I did. At first it was going up, so I was like happy, but then it came back down, broke through, and well, yeah, here's now I'm stuck in this trade for the moment. And that's fine. I have strategies. To deal with that. But this was me making a couple of things. One, I should have taken into consideration this is steep. So there's a better chance of this breaking through. But sometimes you get cocky. And I get cocky. Sometimes it's just like, you know what? All of my trades have been doing exactly what I've been thinking. I've been on a good winning streak. So you get cocky and you're like, oh yeah, this will bounce up. It'll do one more. Well, no, it didn't. It broke through. So there's always a probability. that it's either going to bounce or it's going to break through. And, and some people will say, well, okay, yeah, that means it's going to go one way or the other. But what other option is there, right? But a lot of times when you're playing a probability, if your probability, so let's say it's a 60% chance it goes up, 40% chance it goes down. Well, if you know that, and, and a lot of times this will come from just experience, then, yeah, you have, by playing it up, you're playing the side where most times you're gonna succeed. But there's always that 40% that will happen, and you are always going to lose at some point. It will happen. You just have to have strategies for when you do. So that whether you can minimize losses or, in a case like this, and this is one of the reasons I swing very solid fundamental companies, because I know that I can ride this out. I know that this will eventually get up here and fill its gap, and it will probably be back up here sometime. And I have strategies as well that, like right now, if this is my, let me just grab a line here. There we go. We'll just grab that, and I'll just change the color so it's not that confusing. So if I get in, and I can't remember the exact spot, but let's just say I got in right there. So that's where I need to do. I need to get up to here just to break even. Well, when there are strategies where if I'm in a clear movement to the downside, I could sell. Like if I sold, and here, let me give me another line. We'll make this a little shorter line. There we go. And we'll change this to a different color. We'll change this to like purple. So if I could see a clear downtrend here, so after, let's say, I got in here and then we had the gap, but let's say, for example, I sold it right there, right there. I'm just going to drag it over here. Whoops, let me just drag it over here to make it easier. So if I sold it there, and then, then in a move, I then rebought it, let's say about here. Well, guess what? You know what that does? Here, I'll show you what that does. Just going to grab another little line here. That's close enough. What that does is does that, and all of a sudden, there's my break even. So there's things I can do, and I can make little moves like this to lower that break even down, and let's say I did it again. Let's say I did it again. If there were more opportunity, well, in that case, I could keep knocking my break even down. So that way there, even if it doesn't come completely up to fill the gap, at that point, I've moved this bar enough that I'm back into profit. So that's just kind of one of those moves that I make, but I make sure I know what it's doing, because the last thing you want to do with this, is if, let's say, for example, you're thinking when it's falling, let's say when it was falling like this, and you can sort of see this was you see this green candle. At one point, this here, it entered here. Yeah, it went back up. When it entered, it went back up, but it then fell all the way down to here. So if I had just sold it right there, it's game over. It's game over. Like, because there is no place to buy it back in. That would have been the worst place to do it. So you still want to make sure you have a little bit of a feel for what it's doing. You don't want to just sort of jump in and say, okay, yeah, I'll just sell it here and wait for it to go down. Because right now, if I had, I'd still be waiting, because, that's not where it's going. And chances are it's not coming back down here. So, chances are that there's cemented my loss. So I'm always very careful when I do this maneuver. But it is one of those things that you can certainly do. All right. And Ian says, glad I got access to my, oh, you did? Great. Oh, yes, yes. Now, who was able to give it back to you? Was it Wealthsimple, or did you have to call Bell? So let's see. Okay, so glad I got access to my account back, had fun buying stocks, pulling dividends, was going to cut my vacation short if I did not get access back. Need the divs to pay my bills here. Yeah, exactly. Scott says metals made a bit of a comeback today. DPM was my biggest gainer. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, metals had a fantastic day. Blossom percentage for the day is broken, showing 0%. Oh, well, that's weird. Bismarcky, Marina gets the gold, silver, and bronze medal today. Yeah, she just cleaned up at the Winter Olympics. It's like, yeah, everybody go home. Marina gets all the medals. There we go. Congrats to all the gift receivers. And Marina's like, I just wanted to see my favorite math goat one more time. There we go. You know what? For you, Marina, for you, here you go. Math goat, Professor Goat. just one more time. There we go. All right. All right. Oh, and I can turn off the Financial Express because we have already got a show. It's now official. All right. Brian says, thank you very much, Marina. There we go. There, see, Marina, you brought a lurker out. Marina at one point was a lurker, and now she's like a regular talker, so I love it. Maybe Brian, maybe you're going to become a regular talker. I don't know. Samantha says, hello all. Am I late for the rebound? Oh, pulling a Jonathan. No, you are not late at all. Welcome to the show. Let's see. Now I am set for the weekend. Yeah, exactly. Guys, we are getting close to the end. If you got your last minute questions, get them on in. And also, if you got your last minute like clicking, let's do that. Let's do that because I'm going to check once more time. Like I always, my goal is 70. My goal is usually 70. Oh gosh, what's going on here? Oh, I think I went to click and I think I missed it. 64, so 6 more. There's got to be 6 of you in here who've not hit the like button. Please, please push us to 70. It'll help a kitten somewhere in the world. No, it won't, but I could say that anyway. Oh, you know what? Guys, tell me if this is bad taste or not. I was thinking. So as you guys know, I bought the 10 MSTE for the challenge. And I was thinking that if it ever goes down again, I could make a I could make a video or, you know, really sad thumbnail with me saying I lost $20 on MSTE. Well, actually, probably we have to go down quite a bit. It would be like $10. But it would be more of a joke. I think it would be more of a joke. Maybe I could figure a way. Maybe I'll just make the thumbnail and put it in put it in the Discord if that happens. Conway says, I finally got an international phone number from Wealthsimple. After that, I got a verification code by email. Ended up not being a big deal. Good stuff. All right. That's the thing, guys. Sometimes when you have a problem, just talk to them. Talk to them and, you know, you can get it solved. You're beautiful says, too soon. Yeah, it might be too soon. It might be too soon. Let's hope. I'm actually hoping MSTE stays in the green for me. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping I don't have to experience anything, but now I will. And mind you, it's not a lot. It's not a lot. It's more of a token amount than anything else. But nonetheless, all right. And guys, I'm going to refresh this. See if 6 of you came through. Oh, no. 4 of you came through. We're too shy. I don't know if I want to end the stream now. I just might have to keep going, guys, if I can't get those last 2. So, you know, what can I say? And I've got nothing left to say. So that means it's going to be tangents until we get to 70. And I'll let you know, chat. Let me know if we get to 70 because we'll do this. Oh, Pathfinder. Hey, Candace, did you get a chance to try Stock Unlock? I did not try it. I did not. Oh, what was I doing? I got wrapped up in something last night, and you know, I was like, I should check this out, and I just didn't have the time. But I'll do it this weekend. I'll check them out this weekend for sure. Navi says just liked, and the Epic Coder just liked too, and you are beautiful 70. Sorry, you're beautiful 71. Abby 74. There we go. You see, when we work together, we can hit that 70 number. All right, guys. This has been another fantastic show. You guys are awesome. And I'm so glad we're ending the week on a green. I am so glad. Well, I'm not glad though for those of you who are hoping to buy the dip again today, but you'll get more opportunities. Don't worry. We will be back on Sunday. So Sunday we have this week. That's 4 p.m. Eastern, and that show tends to go about 2.5 hours. So it's a little bit of a longer show, but we will be back here again on Monday. And guys, Monday there's 2 streams, right? The second stream is our office hours, so that's also going down. And this week as well, we also have the channel member live stream in addition to that. So boy, I will make a post pretty much this weekend, guys. So that way there you can tell me what you want me to bring to the channel member live stream. Because normally the channel members will give me, here's a couple of topics we'd like. Like last one, we talked about swing trading, the whole thing. So I'll get that out to you guys sooner than later. All right. Isaiah says 75. Can we get to 80? We got our 70. I'm happy. 75 is great. Ian, girlfriend is MIA. Guess I'm going drinking with my neighbors. Well, hopefully they're good drinkers. Thanks, Candace. I didn't get to see the stream, but we'll check it out. Check it out Sunday. All the best. And Gary is saying, good afternoon and happy Friday. Yeah, absolutely. That's a beautiful one to end it on, guys. Now, I do have one last thing to say before I go, and that is, well, you guys know what I'm about to say. Bye-bye.